Okay, imagine this. Your entire world is a 144-story bunker, deep underground. The air outside, it's toxic. And the only thing keeping 10,000 people alive is a really rigid set of rules. That's the intense, claustrophobic world of Apple TV's Silo. And today, we are going deep to unpack all the secrets of this amazing dystopian hit. This one question right here, this is the engine that drives the entire series. It's the hook that gets you, and believe me, it does not let go. Everything in the show, the super planned society, the suffocating paranoia, it all spins out from this one single terrifying thought. All right, first up, let's talk about the silo itself. Before we can even get to the heroes, you have to understand their prison. Because in this story, the setting is way more than just a backdrop. It's this living, breathing character that controls every single part of life 144 floors down. So take a look at this. This is the Silo, a massive, totally self-contained city buried deep, deep underground. For more than 140 years, this has been home to what they believe are the last 10,000 humans. They're taught that the outside world is a toxic wasteland, and pretty much all memory of the past has been erased. It's an incredible feat of engineering, built for survival, but as we're about to see, it's also a perfectly designed prison of paranoia. So how do you keep everyone in line? Well, this whole society is held together by a strict code they call the Pact. And the rules are intense. Any relic from the past, we're talking a book, a toy, anything that even hints at what life was like before is totally illegal. But the biggest crime of all, just saying you want to go outside. The punishment is a one-way trip. They send you out in a special suit to clean the single camera lens that shows everybody the desolate truth, and then you're just left out there to die. It's a terrifyingly effective way to keep people under control. So that brings us to Section 2, Uncovering the Truth. In a world where being curious can literally get you a death sentence, what happens when someone just refuses to stop asking questions? Let's meet the people at the very heart of this conspiracy, starting with a very unlikely hero. Meet Juliette Nichols. She's an engineer from the very bottom of the silo, the grimy mechanical levels. She's a problem solver, not a revolutionary. But when her lover turns up dead under really suspicious circumstances, her personal mission for answers spirals into this huge conspiracy that threatens to tear down her entire reality. And Juliette is definitely not alone here. The show is just packed with an incredible cast. You've got absolute heavyweights like Tim Robbins, Common, Rashida Jones, and David Oyelowo, and they all give these powerful performances that make this claustrophobic world feel so real. This isn't just one person's story. It's this whole web of characters, and every single one has their own secrets. Now for Section 3, From Page to Screen. The story of how Silo got made is almost as fascinating as the show itself. This wasn't some big studio idea from the get-go. It has this really cool indie word-of-mouth origin story. Just look at this timeline. It shows you what a long journey this has been. It all started back in 2011 as a self-published ebook by Hugh Howey called Wool, and it just became this viral sensation. For a while, it was going to be a huge movie produced by Ridley Scott himself. When that didn't happen, Apple TV Plus jumped in and gave us the incredible series we have today. And as you can see, they are all in on telling the complete story. All right, Section 4. Let's talk about the acclaim and the critique. With a decade of hype behind it, expectations for Silo were through the roof. So the big question is, did the show actually deliver? Let's take a look at what people are saying. Right off the bat, you can see on IMDb, it's got a super strong 8.1 out of 10, and that's from over 200,000 viewers. So it's safe to say it really struck a chord with a massive audience. And the critics, they totally agree. On Rotten Tomatoes, Season 1 was certified fresh at a fantastic 89%. But look at Season 2. It actually got better, jumping to 92%. This tells you the series isn't just staying good, it's getting stronger, which is exactly what you want to see in a mystery box show like this. This quote from the critics' consensus just absolutely nails it. The 3 pillars of the show's success are all right here. Super smart writing, incredible world building. That production design has won awards for a reason. And, of course, a phenomenal lead performance from Rebecca Ferguson that just anchors the entire thing. But of course, no show is perfect, right? While pretty much everyone loves the core mystery, the world building, and the acting, some people have pointed out that the pacing can drag a little bit in certain episodes.
Another common note, especially for season 2, was that the lighting was literally too dark, which sometimes made it tough to see all that incredible production design they built. It's a fine line between creating atmosphere and just frustrating your audience. And all that quality? Well, it's translated into some serious hardware. With Emmy nominations and huge wins at the BAFTAs for its incredible production design and music, the industry is definitely paying attention. This isn't just a fan favorite, it's a true technical and craft achievement. Okay, our final section. The future is underground. That industry recognition just builds the hype for what's coming. After those absolutely jaw-dropping finales, the biggest question on every single fan's mind is, where does the world of Silo go from here? And we've got fantastic news for all you fans out there. There is a definite plan. Apple has renewed the series for 2 more seasons, a 3rd and a 4th, which are going to adapt the rest of Hugh Howey's book trilogy. Yes, we are getting a complete story from beginning to end. So here's how it's going to break down. The first 2 seasons covered the first book, Wool. The next 2 seasons are going to adapt the sequels, Shift and Dust. What this means is the showrunners have a clear roadmap to follow, which should lead to a really satisfying conclusion without things getting dragged out. And that brings us to the final, absolutely tantalizing question. The world of Silo just got exponentially bigger. Our characters thought they were the last of humanity, but now we know there are dozens of other Silos out there. What are their stories? Are their societies different? And what in the world happens when these isolated little worlds finally collide? The possibilities are just staggering.